which is like doing the action without saying that you are doing it. So like maybe instead of I'm drinking water, well, like I'm just like gonna drink water, or maybe like just saying it like I want to drink water, not even like directing saying that I want to drink water. Like I'm seeing it that way.
Okay, it's not like you are saying the word without doing the real action.
Like doing the action without saying the word.
Okay, what else? Doctor? I think you got the vision, you want to say something? Alright? I know this means very well, but it seems like very interesting. If you hear like the sound of silence, this phrase, I just like, it is mine, but there is also available in that song. Just like, people hear without listening, people talk without speaking. Alright, it is. It still exists there. But according to my idea, when I should say people hear without listening, that means people sometimes say things out of ignorance, right? Just like, kind of like, do you like this person? Somebody said, this person, Mr. Abosif, I didn't like him. He's not very good. He's just like arrogant guy. If you ask him a question, the man who said this, why did you say that? Do you know him? He said, no. It's just like kind of an impression, right? This is my first impression towards him. I didn't like him, whatever, right? When I see him, I was like, how are you? Again, right? Just like, he didn't like me, that's why. Okay? Here, people hear without listening, that means he already heard about me, okay? But he didn't speak to me in person. Because hearing is different than listening, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Of course it is.
So what is the difference?
Okay, the difference is like saying, okay, yesterday I heard you are a little bit ill. Okay? This is what hearing. Okay? Just like hearing, you are in some place. Okay? You are at home or whatever, or in the cinema. You hear the news. But when listening is face to face. I'm listening to you, just like
Directly.
yeah, that's right. This is the difference, doctor, according to the linguistic criteria or semantically, right, Mr. Nasser? This is the semantic field.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, but
yeah, actually it is semantic field. Yeah. So people hear without listening, people talk without speaking. We come to the term. So now we understand the first one. It's like before the apostrophe. It's like or before the comma. Sorry. It's like saying people hear without listening. Now I come to the another part, which is like people talk without speaking. How is that? People talk without speaking. People talk without speaking. Mr. Nasser said this. That means your body can tell me anything before you say a single word to me. If you don't like me, if I'm speaking to you face to face, I'm facing you right now. If you didn't like me, you may show me that an expression of what? Like this. Ignorance, and then you can turn your face. So according to the art of speech, when you speak, you need to face the person and look into his eye. That's right. So this is support the motion. So this is reflect a common reality in education. Okay, students may hear a teacher voice, but they don't always listen with understanding. That's what we said now. It's like similarly, teachers may talk, but their words may not fully connect with the student. Of course, if you are facing a problem at home, you come in the morning and you address the class, and that was the first period for you, the first class for you. You get into, regardless, it is the morning and it is the beginning of the day, your psychological attraction towards teaching is not very well because you are facing a problem at home there. So you're already carrying a problem on your shoulder and you come inside the classroom. This may affect your performance in teaching. That's what I mean. Okay. So this is where nonverbal communication became a bridge. That's like a bridge between what? A bridge between speaking and your action, your body actions, your body language. It breaks through the barriers of attention. Body language can break the barriers, okay? The barriers and the ambiguity between you and that person, okay? Because you may feel very attracted to a person according to the way that he speaks, and the way that he shakes hands, and the way that he sits, the way that he's dressing, his clothes, and just like this. Language level and even culture. Some people also feel in love with culture sometimes, because culture, like what? The culture of Islam. We are Muslims, right? When we immigrate to Britain or UK or United States, we may go there, and then after going there, the first week and the second week, you are going to feel a huge waves of unpredictability and a lot of problems because you are Muslim. You see me naked, maybe walking down the street, and then you are suffering. This is the first time that you see such kind of situation, right? So this is the main idea, and using the body language that can facilitate what inside the classroom. But I'm only explaining what I mean here. So actually, and then we have a smile. A smile also has a very big role in the field of teaching, and this is some kind of facial expression that teachers do inside the classroom, especially if you are teaching the kids between the age of 3 up to 5 or 6 years. Just like smile is very good, because when you smile up towards the kid or at the kid face, he may understand that you like him automatically. All right, I know it. Just like, and according to Professor Steven Binker, the man who studied the field of language mimic at the age of during the age of the birth or breastfeeding. He spoke about this, about the mode of hate, and just like he said that 95% of kids inherits from their mother's psychological feelings or attraction, just like because the mother gives the breastfeeding. He said that the breastfeeding that the mother, the milk, the breastfeeding when she gives her kids, the breastfeeding, she's not only giving him the milk, she gives him the impression of the life. Okay, that's why pregnant women sometimes facing difficulties. If she faces difficulties during pregnancy, she may be what? Yeah. She may be affected as a result of her kids may affect also in such kind of spectrum, and he may face different kind of shock or something like this in the future. That's why knowledge is important. They use nod. If his mom gives him the milk, he turns his face away, just like this. I don't like that. Means I'm full. But he's not able to speak, by the way. He's still there. But he could mimic some kind of word, mom, or and understandable, just like phrases, or opening fingers. Sometimes opening fingers, grab their fingers like this, and can all deliver meaning, clarify concepts. Clarify concept, that means it has something to do. When the kids do such kind of behavior, such kind of movement, they mean something. And just like, if he raises up his hand like this, that means you want to pick something, or you want his mother to hug him. Yeah. Like such kind of unsustained engagement. you, all of these things like smile, nod, raise of eyebrow. We have the raise of eyebrow also means something. If I'm speaking to you about some kind of programs that you didn't like or topics that you didn't like, hey, you want to go with me to the cinema tomorrow? You may do this. Really? Okay. Hey, are you in love or something? You could ask me, are you in love? No. Who do you love? Just like, if the girl that you're loving right now, he has an experience with her in the past. He may what? He may just like, I love that lady called just like Lisa, okay? Lisa. He should, because what? This is an interpretation for what? For raising eyebrow also means something. Or pointing fingers, also all of this. And all deliver clarify concept on sustained engagement when teachers combine speech with expressive body language. Students are more likely to understand. Inside the classroom, you need to be actor. That's why. As an English teacher or whatever, what kind of your qualification that you are teaching inside the classroom, you need what? You need to be a person who's able to perform well and act. It's like a kind of feeling that you need to be actor because this can attract your students towards you and they like you very much. And if the students like the teachers, they may what? They may feel in love with the language. Right? Okay. Speaking of all of us, we have these experiences at primary schools and secondary, right? So you may also, our teachers, for example, me as an example, I faced like difficulties. If there's somebody, a mobster kid, do something inside the classroom, the teacher can carry the whip and beat the classroom at the whole. This kind of behavior is going to affect you. Not going to like this teacher anymore because he beat you, and regardless, that's the person who said the ball where inside the classroom, that's not you. There is another one, and you know him. But his friends and peers cover him up. They don't say just like kind of being covered or something. So speech with expressive body language, students are more likely to understand and remember. When you do what? When you act with your body. Students will remember the words dynamically. Okay? And use new vocabulary also. They can use also, they try to study the language and use the same word that you taught them before, and then they are going to use it inside the classroom and try to speak and use it in their life. So in method like total physical response, or TPR, total physical response, here I'm speaking about, when I say total physical response, I mean the action of teachers that they do with their body physically. It's like if there is a kid inside the classroom who is crying, you are going to put your hand on his head. What was wrong with his Robert? Yeah, and then you are going to wipe his tears, smiling his face or giving him a kiss or whatever, or hugging just like this as a man. Okay. I could say like 85% of female teachers kissing their own small kids that are teaching, but the man is going only to hold them up because we have some kind of a little bit barriers sometimes as a man. So educators rely heavily on movement and gestures. I mean educators, those people who are expert in the field of body language, they may concentrate on the way that you speak and the way that you move, because they want to get something. Okay, so here heavily on movement. That means the educators rely. That means depends on. Okay, and that's kind of physical movement. So involved in how physical involvement enhance language retention. How's that? It's going to help you in the field of language retention, because what you carry in your mind or what you are trying to say, you are going to act it inside the classroom. And this may also give you a space to use your body language, and you may speak less. Okay, when you act with your body, your speech inside the classroom is going to be decreased, because they understand you according to your movement. And okay, so the body becomes a live visual aid, just like a visual aid. The visual aid, like kind of objects that teachers use inside the classroom. If you want to teach laptop, you're gonna bring the laptop with you inside the classroom, or water, or just like fevers, or whatever, watch. Okay, so this is, we call it physical, visual aids. So making learning active rather than passive. We are going to make the teaching process what? Live, and this may give you, just like your teaching process inside the classroom is very live, and giving them the livelihood of feeling that your class is active more than what? More than being inanimate, or being just like there's no spirit in your teaching. That's me. If you don't use your body language. Research supports this. I mean my research. Okay. So research supports this, showing that learners remember more when language is linked to visual or physical cues. Cues means the kind of movement, any single kind of movement that you do is called physical cues. That's why we are going to interpret all of the things very easily. Okay, so if you do such kind of behavior inside the classroom and use such kind of strategy inside the classroom, in this way, classroom becomes a space where words are not only heard but seen and felt. Your students, they are going to feel your words first, because you're using your body on all kind of sense that you have during teaching. So not only hear but seeing and feel. Teachers' body language, then teachers' body language is not just present, it is a key part of the lesson. That because you use your body language dynamically inside the classroom day in, day out, there will be a progress in your performance, for sure. Okay. So as saying goes, action speak louder than words. It's already known in familiar, okay, idiomatic word. So, and in vocabulary teaching, this cannot be truer. So according to the field of vocabulary, on the bunch of vocabulary, this word, it may not be truer, but I only use this term here to clarify what? To clarify that the action that the teacher does inside the classroom is very good than spoken words. That's what I mean here. See? All right. So I use just like zoomorphism. I zoomorphism with this character because that is you are as a teacher, okay? When you work well and use your body, you become like a lion, because you become like a king of your kingdom. The class is your kingdom as a teacher. And the powerfulness that the students may feel towards you, that according to your performance, nothing else. Because they adore you very much according to what you are doing inside the classroom. So, okay, here is the questions of the study. Okay, you have it. The first question is, to what extent that primary school teachers use body language when teaching new vocabulary in the classroom? This is concerning the first hypothesis also, which is the color is also green, to clarify that this question, or the hypothesis is derived from this question. What are primary school teachers' attitudes towards the use of gestures and postures in vocabulary interaction? The third one is, how does the use of body language by teachers influence primary school students' ability to learn new vocabulary? All right, this is the hypothesis. So please, if you want to write or take a photo, you can. Because I'm going to move to, okay. So here is the hypothesis. So here is the green color also, which is equal to the first one. Okay, because this hypothesis derived from the first question. Okay. So and then here we have also primary school teachers have positive attitudes to words using gestures and postures. Gestures concerning the rest of the body and postures concerning the face. So here we have body language helps primary school students in learning new vocabulary. All right. So this is the literature review, which is main chapter. Yeah, chapter 2. So in this chapter, generally, I'm going to scan it only. So the chapter covers the role of body language in teaching new vocabulary according to many theories in psychology, which support the idea of the thesis to fulfill the purpose of the study. Body language is an often overlooked component of effective teaching. That means body language, if you use it very well, so the result will be different. Okay. Notice your postures, tone of voice, facial expression, and gestures. Use them to increase engagement, connection, and confidence. So when you use your body language inside that classroom, this will give you an inheritance of what? Of confidence. Inside the classroom or in the future if you use it regularly. Then use them to increase engagement, connection, and confidence, to foster communication and provide explanation and to manage your classroom. Again, to manage your classroom, because the domination of the teacher inside the classroom is based on what? Is based on the way that he deals with his students. So I'm going to scan the chapter immediately and go to the rest one. Okay. So body language can be more influential than words. We said this already before. When laying with speech, your body language sometimes, if you use it like an equal with your speech, like if you want to go ahead and use your hand like this. If you want to go ahead, you can do this. If you don't want, you can just like say words, say body language, which is equal to what you are saying now. This will be powerful. And we see also politicians. If you notice that Barack Obama in August 2008, the convention speech, yeah, he uses his body language totally, and different kind of psychologists analyzed his speech. That's like, which is the greatest speech ever in the policy of USA. Okay. So, yeah, it creates what powerful communication, nonverbals through gestures, expression, and posture, just like expressions and postures. In classroom, teachers and students exchange hundreds of such cues daily, shaping understanding of the connection. So here we are going to watch this video, so because I'm linking this one, which is very funny video. That when you link your body language with your teaching, and your students also reach a stage, they can use their body language too inside the classroom. But take a look. Okay, here we have.
What this organization really needs is a one-on-one.
It is not here. Really? Okay. We'll take it that's side.
Approach.
what the problem is. So is it clear?
Maybe you should know, like, when you should start the presentation, then
Go back.
yeah.
I think you can just display it on the laptop and then we can. Yeah, we can see.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Alright. So I'm gonna turn the laptop face now. Sorry. See. Unfortunately, I lost all of them. Alright. Sorry guys, it wasn't like this before, I don't know what's wrong. Is you. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one and use YouTube. Is that okay with you? Sure. Watching loading now there?
No.
Really? Where is it?
Reading it.
If you want to talk, like, you have to start the presentation.
I'm not very well, just like, yeah, see. All right. Now,
Yeah.
okay. We're going to start it from the beginning. Just like to understand.
What this organization really needs is a one-on-one approach.
They just understand that one-on-one approach. It's just like just to sit on the shoulder of your friend. That's how they interpret the word with their body language. It's just like kind of what kind of expression. When you use your body language inside the classroom, you may look funny sometimes. That's why I'm using this video here. Okay, there is another look at the teacher.
Easy. Actually, what this organization really needs is repositioning.
Okay.
That means that
That's what they understand about the repositioning, that everybody can go to the place of others. Okay. Look.
what this organization desperately needs
Uh-huh.
is change.
They give you money instead. That's
Easily.
that is why body language could be so funny with your student over there. That's what I mean. So
What would you say to somebody that hasn't tried therapy before?
Just ask yourself,
What this organization really
Alright. So now I can. So I hope you're enjoying what I'm doing, okay?
Very good.
Right. Something that are very hard as well. I don't know how lost the connection is. Mother, can you help me? I need your help, I said. I'm not technically driven. That's why I was there. I need to continue. This is just like stuck up. Here. Where this is the Zoom now. I lost also the connection with those who are not really. So I think, would you come here, please? No. You need the PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Go here. Okay. Seminar is already working, but I don't know where. Can you just pull this out again?
Which one?
I mean, the
Screen, you mean, right?
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So where is the?
So, okay, go in here. So it's already this one. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, wait to see now. Wait. Where do you go? Go to another slide, please. You move.
This one?
Yeah, it's not showing up on the screen.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay, the triangle method.
Yeah, okay. Pull it, and then we can start it again. Okay. Yeah, now, can you go to the number? Okay. It's also not working. I don't know why. Can you just resume this one? Because it's already playing.
No.
So close it up.
Yeah, now
Now it's there. Go back to. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
No?
Yes.
Okay. I'll go there. We are in literature here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's working?
Yeah.
So I want to show a slide. From the beginning. It's like one distribution. here are some facial expression that may occur in the classroom, okay? So we have this one. It's clear. So look at the first picture, here we have on the left. So this is the kind of expression, facial expression that teachers can do inside the classroom. What do you understand from the picture?
She's been so like approachable.
Excited, approachable.
Yeah, and smiling as well.
Yeah, she's smiling at the young kid, I mean the girl.
Yeah,
And then she's
more engaging with her.
more engaging and she's supporting her physically, right? She's supporting her. You're doing very well, great job. But like because she did just like kind of
Yeah.
scaffolding, yeah, the building or she did that. Here on the right, we have the picture that also this kind of facial expression that teachers do usually smile at their
Friendly,
friendly, be friendly, except in Sudan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of. I'm sorry.
It's not supposed to do it.
I'm sorry. That's why it's a minute, brother. All right.
He's just kidding, huh?
I'm sorry. I'm not going to give you an upside down picture of us Sudan, but it's kind of really, believe me. So this is kind of emotion that kids may feel inside the classroom, so you need to be familiar with this. So the first picture is the kids is very happy, okay? Sad also, angry, excited, afraid. This is shy. So I'm gonna with a red line on shy because you need to support it to be what? To be confident and afraid moment. Guilty. Here I prefer not to use punishment with them because they may hit you. They are all the kids. Here tired for bonding and then yeah, that's why jealous. And this is very dangerous also behavior. That's me. Yeah. So here we have loved that he feel very warm and very welcome. So, hopeful. That means okay. Have you answered the question of homework yesterday? Yes. That means he does such kind of behavior. Yeah, that's here it's board. If you're right down my seminar here, yeah, if you just like you don't like my seminar and then you are going to like this. So because you didn't like my seminar, there's no spirit of fun or what. Okay, that's why she's bored by the way. And surely that during the math mathematics.
Definitely.
Yeah, it is. Maybe sometimes.
Sometimes all the time.
Yeah, that's why. Solving equation is very difficult. Here we have kids feel proud about himself. Sorry. If there is a quarrel or argument between friends, no, don't do that. It's like saying embarrassed. Embarrassed means that means she's very what? You feel embarrassed about some situation which is not very good, right? So surprised. That's when the father brain will come to have a visit to a school and brought some kind of chocolate or what. That's we're doing such kind of facial expression. This is we call it emotion already. So also here we have this is the 6 basic facial expression. This is the 6th one because we have the basic expressions. We have anger, disgust, fear, joy, sadness, and surprise. This is the 6th, which is the basic of the nonverbal communication inside the classroom. We usually use it as well. Yeah. So here we have communication and body language of early age. So this is according to the according to Stephen Baker, 1979. So he gives us a promotion that communication development start in the first year of life and goes far beyond development has its roots in social interaction. So the first to school of every child is the family. Okay? Learning starts from family because family is the basic space, the basic social environment. So, and then just like how the first goes far beyond learning how to talk, communication development into this root in social interaction with parents. So start from the parents first, and then goes up to zone, friend, or friendhood zone, and then after friendhood, just like brother. That's why John Dewey brought the preschool. So according to the John Dewey concept, John Dewey is a psychologist. He's the first guy and played a big role and became a pioneer of bringing the preschool. That preschool is preparing the kids for the wider society, which is what this school is. Yeah, sure. So your child's growth in social communication is important. So the portrait showing that he is imitating his mother, feeling loved, raising hands, just like doing such kind of body language. He's going to inherit this from his mother, and as I said, this is not the only thing that the child can inherit it from his mother, but there are a lot of things, kind of like behavior, feeling, or the one. So communication is important because it helps your child connect with you, learn language and play concept also, and sets the stage for learning to read and future succeeds in school. That's according to the manner of the treatment. So if you deal with children or your child inside the home before you go to school, your child may be very well prepared in the coming future. All right, here we have teachers and professionals. That's why, because body language is not the only thing that teachers need. Okay, so according to Schumann and Book, 1986, here are several things that teachers should know about English. That means subject matter, content, knowledge. We call it subject matter, content, knowledge. That's because of what? Because you need to be qualified teachers. You need to know about your own courses that you are teaching right now. Because the knowledge gives you power. We have some kind of wisdom or proverb in English. Powerful, knowledge will give you confidence, right? You need to have the knowledge with what you are teaching. And this means teachers should know about English, pedagogical content knowledge. They should know about their curriculum that they are teaching to their students and their kids. Okay. So I'm gonna move to methodology. Okay. This is chapter 10. And by the way, the seminar is about this one. So the research adopted two methods of data analysis: questionnaire for teachers of English and observation checklist. So the questionnaire is quite distributed to 60 teachers in the area in my district, which is called Al-Qaba, so to Al-Qaba Primary School. So I distributed to nine schools, so to the 60 teachers. So I introduced and I distributed the questionnaire before the observation checklist for them. So the sample of my study inside this, in my research is 60 teachers. Okay? So the questionnaire statements are including just like 15 a statement. And I have 3 hypotheses, okay? Which means each hypothesis has its own 5 statements, right? This is the first tool. So, and then after I gathered from them my questionnaire, I followed them inside the classroom to an observation checklist to make sure that the body language is used inside the classroom or not. As also, which is also 60. So the observation checklist include 9 statements. So here is different because I use 9 because it's going to help me inside when I come to the equation of the analysis. I have 10 statements for observation checklist and I have 15. So the total will be 25, right? Okay. Here we have the tools. Yeah, as I said, the research used to instrument a questionnaire and observation checklist, and as well, which is investigate the problem of implementing nonverbal communication in the teaching of new vocabulary to show the impacts on young learners as a facility for the study problem. So the table shows the change during the arbitration. Here we have the table. Shows the change before the arbitration. Here we have the definite article that being added by the arbitrators and the professors. And here we have the word words, which wasn't exist here and only use on, and then they add s. That's mistaken, really. That's why it's did by Professor Abbas, by the way, I do remember. So and then I have the third statement, which is gestures can play a significant role in understanding of new vocabulary. Becomes what as after the arbitration became gestures can play a significant role in understanding new vocabulary only. Because they took off. No need, so all right. So number 5 here we have nonverbal communication can help in achieving the purpose of learning process. It has been changed to nonverbal communication can help in achieving the purposes of the learning process. They added the definite article that. So number 6 here we have nonverbal communication has a great impact upon learners. All right. So I was using the upon and then being changed by the preposition, on instead of upon, because upon is not really good to use it here. That's according to Professor Martian. Professor Abdullah, I do remember that. So, okay, I'm going to move faster. Here we have the qualification based on degree. That's okay. Bachelor's degree. So the frequency shows there are 52 teachers having their own bachelor's degree. That's after the analysis of the questionnaire. So they have their own bachelor's degree, which is very high than others. So, and the percentage is 86.7, okay? And then we have the main, which is 1.20. So master's degree, there are only unfortunately 6 teachers who have their own master's degree in my area there, okay? And also 2 teachers have other qualifications, which is a diploma, all right? So I was trying to make the my study sample very big one, which is including 100 or 200, but the list of the teachers that who are qualified in teaching English, they are only 16. That's why. Okay. So then here we have qualification chart. Yeah. The chart also shows this, the first chart, which is showing the first pillar, which is showing that the teachers who have their own bachelor's degree, showing the master's degree and others as well. All right. So, experience based on analysis. If you please, you need some kind of go back or something, you can tell me. Okay. All right. The table displays the experience of teachers. Yeah, here's called based on the experiences. Okay. Here we have got 3 the people who have expert in the field of teaching. When I distributed my questionnaire at that time, they were 3 years experiences. I got the frequency 28 teachers. They have 3-year experiences. So, and 5 years maximally frequency, I just like only 4 teachers. Between 6 to 8 years, I got 9 teachers. Between 10 to 15 years, I got 9 teachers. Between 15 to 25 years, I got 10. So the total is 66. So and if the equation, the process doesn't come just like the total 60, and the percentage show 100, there may be a mistake in your accountability or your performance according to the analysis. So we have here the chart. Yeah, this is a chart which shows the experience only to because already 3 years, 5 years, 6 to 8, 10 to 15, and then 15 to 25. All right. We have the age of participant. Also, I also give them the question according based on their age, based on their qualifications, experiences, and age. Okay, three answers. So here we have the age is between 10 to 30. I got 26, right? So 45 students, 35 to 40. I got 11 teachers. They have between this ranking of age. So 45 teachers up to 45 years up to 50. That's like I got 14. 55 up to 60. I got 9 teachers. Yeah, not very well because of the due to the performance. Because some schools prefer the fresh graduate because their ability in performing and teaching is different than others. Okay. Here we go now. The chart. Yeah. The charts show the same results of the analysis. Here we have the table shows the coefficient correlation. So I'm going to speak a little bit about these issues here. So the coefficient correlation, so according to the analysis, if the numbers increase, like 26, if the number increased according to coefficient correlation, the number, for example, is 10, the coefficient correlation, it means is higher but not very low one. If it is less than just like 5, 7, the coefficient correlation here is more effective than 10. Okay, so here we got the correlation between the elements. Here we have the coefficient correlation statement 1 and got 31. So that 0.31, which is less than 1, which is very high. And also we show the coefficient correlation. Here we have the first axiom, which is the first hypothesis, and this is the second hypothesis, and this is the third one, because I have 3 hypotheses. I played up with the coefficient correlation in SPS program to show if there is any relation between the element, if there any information that show make the result which is very familiar one or is it different than others. So here in my research there is a unity, by the way, because when the relation between the first axiom and the second one and the third, that means your research is applicable. That's why I used yes. All right. So this is what the table shows already. I already explained it. No need, so I need to go faster because I'm going to open the chance for. Yeah, the table shows the mean and the standard deviation of the first axiom. As I mentioned before, each hypothesis has 5 statements. This is the analysis of 5 statements, the first one, for the first hypothesis, which is green color if you remember. And here I got also the second axis, the second hypothesis from 6 to 10, right? So this is the main standard deviation on the number. All right. So I have also the third one, which is also 5 statements from 11th statement to 15th. All right. I have the main standard deviation as you see. Alright. So the table shows the summary of statistical method based on Alpha-Krumbach. So the idea of using Alpha-Krumbach here is to test the validity and reliability of my research. That's why we're using Alpha-Krumbach. Alpha-Krumbach is an analysis process method in SBS, if you are familiar with that. So I got here the valid one, I have no mix. But I got the valid is 60 according to the number of my study sample. I got 100%, okay, see. Excluded is 0, because there is no omission, no any misuse from teachers out there. Alright, yeah, but this is kind of, yeah, it's kind of being bored or something.
No, it's just tired.
Yeah, alright, go ahead. So, and then here we have the table shows the validity and reliability of. That's why I'm using the Alpha-Krumbach to test the validity and reliability. Validity and reliability in Arabic version means, yeah, what? It means ثبات. Yeah, أو مصداقية. مش كده؟ مصداقية ده البحث العلمي هو هكذا. That's why she's 100%. The table shows the reliability of the Alpha-Krumbach based on the analysis. This for the total, the whole assessment, which is 0.74. According to Alpha-Krumbach, the reliability of the status is so high, which is 0.73, which is also acceptable and reliable as well. All right. So, observation checklist. This is for my observation checklist. The first part talking about the questionnaire and etc. So here I got the phase validity. In this part, the researcher shows the arbitration of the expert and professors show the change that has been made in the items of the observation checklist. Here you go. Here's the table, as you see. That was the reliability and validity of my questionnaire. Here is the reliability and validity of my observation checklist as the second tool for data collection. Sorry. Here the items. It was before the arbitration. You will enjoy teaching when the teachers know how to use their body language in an appropriate way. So it changed it after the arbitration because they just like drop the way and have it up appropriately. So you will enjoy teaching when teachers know how to use their body language appropriately. Here we have the which, it has been changed with that also. Yeah, and here we have effective, it was a mistake having grade and just like this, and then they made it was like affect. And this is the correct one. I did a mistake in here. This is after the arbitration, the professor said you shouldn't use the adjective, you need to use affected. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So here we have, that was the subjective validity, and this is, sorry, that was the reliability, and here we have the subjective validity too. Here we have the items concerning the correlation of my observation checklist. So the first item, the second, and the third, and there is a correlation between the three items, as I mentioned, according to coefficient correlation in the analysis. So then the table shows the high significance of coefficient correlation between the axis and observation checklist items. The first items come with 0.334. So anyhow, it's like this is the reliability of the observation checklist. The researcher shows the coefficient correlation between items, okay, means and the standard deviation according to Alpha-Krumbach, which is tested the reliability and validity of my research according to the tools that have been used, which is observation checklist. Now, to ensure that the reliability tested in an appropriate way, and reliable also. Here we have the table shows the items of observation checklist with the main and standard deviation. Here only indicate from 1 up to 10. Here we have the main, also from 1 up to 10, which is very high result. Okay. So and then we have the probability according to alpha Grombacher. And there are also 60 elements because I'm using just like 100 statement, sorry, 10 statement distributed to 60 teachers, the same teachers that I give them the questionnaire. So the observation checklist is primarily inside the classroom, not out. But the question is distributed to teachers before I get into the classroom. Okay. Right. So the table shows the total items based on alpha Grombacher is a full alpha Grombacher method, which is testing the validity of my research is 0.56, which is very high also rate for the analysis. So statistical analysis method. This is I use the Spearman, which is goes on way, which is coefficient correlation. It's called Spearman. So I have main and standard deviation. I also shows on the table, and then I use alpha Grombacher for both for my questionnaire and for observation checklist. So and then I have the tools that I used, just like the for data collections, are questionnaire and observation checklist also. So here we got the list of arbitrators. I mean, we go here to rank the name on the rank. I have Arayja Usman Ahmed. She's associate professor at the University of Sudan, and the second one on the rank is basically Abbas Mukhtar, which is also associate professor at that time. Abbas Mukhtar, I think you familiar with him. So, okay. And then I have Muntazir Hassan Mubarak. This because I didn't know their full names. They only wrote the first name and the second. That's why I use it. I have here Hillary Morino, which is from South Sudan and is very qualified and more known. Hillary Morino is well known. I'm Mohammed Said. She's a professor, of course. But the rest one, they maybe became a professor now. I don't know. That's because the arbitration has been done many years ago. Okay. So I got Amal Muhammad, Said, she's a professor, and Duman Sulaiman in Awad, which is University of Khartoum, also them, Amal and right? So this is the list of arbitrators who arbitrated my questionnaire and observation checklist. There's the result. That's what I want to write something. All right. So and then the closure. Right. Okay. I want to thank you for your attendance to my seminar, and I do appreciate it. Unfortunately, I invited many people, but they just like let me down. Then, but I do thank you so much for going this long way, one path with me since I came here. And I want to thank you, Mr. Nasser, for giving us this opportunity to have the research seminar inside your building, which is, your institute. I want to thank you for what you did. Thank you for giving us the chance to do this. And there will be a second seminar, maybe I may do it online and may come back here again. If you are not busy. I will talk about the main finding. So I'm opening now the chance for a question if you have anything to say, or based on the legacy of what I did according to the analysis, if you didn't agree with any statement that I mentioned, you have to ask me how you have to change my vision, because I'm right here. I need to get more knowledge about the research field, and then you already qualified, you will be familiar with it. You will get some kind of supervision to your students at the university. Okay, so do you have questions? Now the chance is open.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, it's an honor for me to
It's
to
all
be
right.
a part of a very well-prepared seminar.
Thank you. I wish
You did well, actually. I would like to
Thank you.
congratulate you
Alright.
because of this outstandings. And so, thank you very much. And I just have
Okay.
a very small question.
Okay.
In fact, it's not a question, but I need to hear
Comment.
something from you. No, it's not a comment.
No.
I'm just wondering, how can we as teachers implement body language as a live visual aid? Yeah.
Alright. So if you remember that I mentioned just like if you need to apply the body language inside the classroom and make it just like a part, a primary part of your teaching, you need just like to read more references, just like Edgar Allan's he wrote about the body language interpretation, the ways the people see it, and the way they dress, the way they look to each other. Whenever you read many information about this, you are going to apply it inside the classroom. But I know that your question is how, as an English teacher, how can I apply it inside the classroom?
Yeah.
You can apply it through using just like using your body language according to the speech. Just like, for example, if you want to teach them the word exhausted, for example. You look, you make them inside the classroom and open the door just like this way. And you close it just like this way. Today I'm very exhausted. That's why so now your students are going to understand that. So to apply this, it means you are going to interpret the meaning of the word. And what does it mean? And then you are going to act the same meaning of the word.
Yeah.
This can help you apply that the body language inside the classroom. So that's what I'm gonna. Yeah. But actually, it may be tricky sometimes to interpret your students' facial expression. So, in the arc of interpretation of your students' facial expression, you need to talk to them, just like calling them, speak to them, because speaking sometimes may give you a thing about just like home experiences that you didn't know because you already go your home and then you come inside the classroom and asking, hey, how's your mom? How's your dad? Start asking ask them question if they are a group, or ask him if it is an individual kid. Talk to him. What do you feel? Why are you looking so miserable today? What's wrong with you? Because talking to your kids is very important, and you are going to know the things that which is inside the home experiences, and he's going to tell you immediately without any. That's right. This is what I hope I answered your question.
You did, thank you very much.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
For a nice seminar.
All right.
And I'm organized because I have some problem. I use my course now. I said I'm in the hospital.
Yeah.
So I have to my wife.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry for that.
Yeah, it's okay, Mr.
Really, it was a very nice. It's a very good topic. But I have questions.
Go ahead.
Uh,
All right. You can ask all of your questions, no problem. Because we.
First, I didn't see any references. You know, all the data you have. I think just one thing you mentioned one was just 1960. I don't know. Because in literature you should, when you quote any information, you should put the reference.
Yeah, right. So I only took the concerning the literature. You are speaking about literature.
About everything, even you should try it. Any when you quote information, you should.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, this one.
Okay.
Also, all the tables We didn't write the number of the table. Just you mentioned table. So it is confused.
All right.
Table number one,
Yeah.
table number two, chart number one. This is very important. And also, you don't present chart and tables. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's
Just
just-
hold on.
If you put table, it's the same. So you select either you put table or you can put chart.
All right.
And also, you take a long time in seminar. This is not seminar. What I will tell you, seminar is just you should put in point,
Okay.
and you can deliver in 20 minutes or 15 minutes. This is not if I want to evaluate you in time. I don't give you into
No point.
yeah. You are right. You are giving lecture. Now you are giving lecture.
All right.
So in the seminar not like this, you try to concentrate to work in 15 minutes, 20 minutes maximum. Write a point, and you can.
Sure. Okay. Go ahead.
What is the other?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I see other.
Mr. Harvard, do you have a question? It was really clear to me, and yeah, I'm already familiar with all this structure, which is important.
Yeah, it's very important nowadays to respect your words, doctor. So actually, as you said, I was doing a lecture. It's not a seminar. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are similar. Yeah? It's similar. Right?
Yeah, it was.
So this is similar. Right? It's similar. It's similar. There's no direction.
Yeah, it was.
It seems to me like because the performance are still according to what you said, it's very important to me because I already wrote your notice. So I will take it as word. So next time I will.
But, good. I think your language is good. I'm not. What do you say? My background is education. But yeah, you have good language, and also you have good language.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We learn everything from you. Huh?
Yeah.
He did reflected the.
Yeah, the topic.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. But I hope this seminar I attended many people attended. It was very important.
That's my
Yeah,
question.
in order to grab many different ideas.
Okay.
I sent, by the way, the post for Cambridge School. I sent the post for Sudanese Cultural Center in Qatar, and then some kind of institute. They didn't come. I don't know why.
Maybe because of, nowadays we are facing some difficulties concerning the weather.
Time also. Some people
Yeah,
are more.
yeah.
At the beginning I said it will be good. Topic is good.
You did well.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for giving me the But I need them to
Sheikh Hatim,
you have to sign here.
you can give me the paper because it's, yeah.
Come sign it. Here. Murdi.